shoots his head outside single leg on the sprawl. On a sprawl and hit him in the face.
Curtis over here. Not going to ask you about Josh's wrestling at all, but I have to ask you: have you run into him at all in the hotel?
No. And I'm be honest, I don't want to. I don't want. He just wants the clips like I seen the one he did with Jerry. He just wants people to see like, oh look, he's talking shit to Jerry. This Jerry is a professional. He's not gonna beat the shit out of you in the hotel lobby. Neither will I, because we're gonna do it this weekend. So engage with him right now or any day besides this weekend, waste of time.
Have you seen the shirt that he's selling?
Yes, I've seen the shirt he's selling. I think, oh goodness, he is a piece of work.
It almost seems like we posted a clip of him from his, I'm gonna use quote, media day. Didn't really get any questions here, and all the comments were gifs of you. So it seems like the fans are like fully behind you because they're just. It seems like they're not buying what he's selling.
He wants to be. He's doing Colby Covington, but even I'll give it to Colby. He was actually good. He was actually a really good wrestler. He got better with the hands. He's actually good. So I don't agree with him acting like that either, but at least with him, he has something to stand on. Hokit is just, he knows he's not going to be able to get paid off of his actual skill in the octagon. He's like, okay, I'm going to be a personality. I'm going to just be the guy who, when you interview him, I say random shit. And I guess if you want to be in that niche, that's your niche, but it's not my thing. I'm not going to engage in it.
Is he more annoying than Justin Willis?
Way more annoying. But at least Willis, he only did it like the week of the fight. Yeah. People have been sending me memes and all this stuff he's been doing for weeks now. Like, he's really, really like, he wants to be this guy, this personality guy. And I think he's doing that because he knows he's not going to win. And he's like, how do I maintain a place in the UFC? I'll be that guy. I'll be the guy, the funny guy.
And after his last win at the post-fight press conference, someone asked Dana about it, and Dana didn't seem happy with this character too. And then they announced your fight, and all the commentary or the fans were like, "Oh, it's punishment. Now we have to go fight Curtis Blaydes."
I'm viewing it either the UFC really likes him or they really don't like him. And I'm gonna lean towards the latter. I don't think they like him very much.
And I guess outside of what he's doing, what do you actually make of the skill set he brings and what you're gonna have to face?
He's a smaller version of Almeida.
Sure.
That's how I view him. He wants to grapple. He doesn't really want to be on the feet at all. He doesn't believe in his hands, and he's a small heavyweight. It's hard to be a small heavyweight when you don't have any hands.
It seems like this is like you fought Jailton here in Miami. I remember you fought Dawkins and Kuniev and everything. Do you feel like you're the one that the UFC wants to test these guys coming? Because you kind of present a lot of issues for a lot of people. They could see where they stand out.
No, yeah, I get that. I know, I'm almost, I don't want to say I'm a gatekeeper, but if I am, I'm good at it. I know you're not going to beat me unless you're legit, and I don't think Hokit's legit.
Sure. And then just last one for me, just given, all the eyes that he's bringing and now the fan support you have, a big win over him, I'm sure the fans are going to want to see you fight like a big marquee name. So I guess, do you feel, is that what you see this too? Like outside of the title that's happening in the White House and then Tom coming back, you probably get a big name after Josh,
yeah.
Right?
I'm hoping to get the winner of Waldo and Volkov. That's what I'm hoping.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Is your opponent just kind of slightly annoying, or do you actually dislike him?
Right now, just slightly annoying, but I'm sure after tomorrow when we do the presser, he's gonna be. I'm not gonna like him very much.
Are you almost dreading the presser because
No.
he's gonna?
The UFC can just take away my microphone. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to. That's what he wants. He wants the views. He wants to get that the viral, like the McGregor. Who the fuck is that? He wants that. I'm not going to give you what you want. So I'm not going to get. I'm going to be dry. Very, very dry.
When he called you out after his last fight, people kind of saw the call as a little bit crazy because he's not even in the rankings. He's fairly new to the UFC, and you're a top contender in a top five. When you heard of the call out, did you take it seriously?
Not originally. I was like, "There's no way." But then I got the call. And I didn't have to take this, but it was either I take this or I wait until June, July, August. I didn't want to wait that long. I'm looking to buy a house. I'm looking to have a baby this year. I'll take the money.
And we talk about the title picture. Obviously, an interim belt is in placed. Pereira versus Gan. Who do you think wins that fight?
I'm gonna go Alex. I know Gon is a heavyweight, and we haven't seen Alex at heavyweight yet. But I feel like he hits like one. I feel like he brings the pressure like a heavyweight. Like he doesn't go backwards, and that's what Gon likes to do. So I think eventually Alex will be able to square him up along the cage and get him with a heavy hook or a straight right.
And you said that the promotion might see you. You don't know, maybe as a gatekeeper, but how do you see yourself? Do you feel like you're still a player and a title contender in this heavyweight division?
Yes, I know after this one I'm not going to get a title shot, but I know I win this one and I get someone ranked above me. I beat them. Why wouldn't I be in contention to get a title shot?
Yeah. And lastly, you mentioned you wanted the winner of Volkov and Waldo. Waldo's been calling you out for some time. What have you made of his rise, and the fact that he's been calling you out for quite some time?
I thought it was gonna be me versus him, seeing as he has Hispanic heritage and Miami's a lot of Hispanics. I thought that would have been perfect, but I don't know how he gets to jump over me and go to Volkov. I have a win over Volkov. I know it was years ago, but I have a win over him. And who has Waldo beat? I know he beat Derek Lewis, but we can all agree that wasn't a motivated Derek Lewis. The Derek Lewis I went against was motivated. That guy, I don't know who that guy was.
And Curtis right here. We haven't seen you since June, so it's been about 10 months. I know you had that injury. What has the last year been like for you, and I guess how difficult was it to rehab that issue?
The rehab was smooth. It was smoother than I was expecting. I had a lot of anxiety because I've never had a surgery or had to rehab from one. So I was very anxious, but it went perfect. Like all the updates, all the rehab, everything went great. I've been sparring since Halloween, and my knees, they feel great. I know this is very cliche, but they feel the best they've ever had. Like I've been having issues with my knees going back to Alistair when he got me in that ankle lock and he twisted it at the end of the first round. I heard it in that fight, the pop 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 pop, and I just rehabbed it on my own. But I've had issues ever since that fight, and that was like 8 years ago.
Thanks.
You said that you want the winner, Waldo and Volkov. How do you think you versus Waldo would actually go if Waldo were to win, just being that he's the one actually calling you out?
I take him down a bunch of times. He gets tired, and then I drop elbows, and I win.
And then, obviously, vacant title up for grabs in your division. Do you think we ever see Tom Aspinall again? Do you think he still has a place in the heavyweight division?
I think he has a place as long as he's healthy, but the health that's the question, and I don't know. Like we talk sometimes, like, occasionally. I don't want to be all up in his business. I haven't asked him like, how are your eyes? But I hope he comes back. You hate to see a great athlete lose their position because of injury. So I'm rooting. I hope the eye rehab is going well, and hopefully. Does he have a timeline? Is he supposed to be back this year?
I don't think we even have an official timeline yet.
Yeah. So right now it's just a lot of speculation, but I'm hoping for him.
Curtis right here. So you started streaming a lot on Twitch, playing games, giving breakdowns, bringing on guest fighters. What gave you the motivation to start doing that?
Really, my daughter, my family. I know I want to have other avenues for income. I want to be able to give her, and we're hoping to have another one this year. I'm hoping to give them the life that they deserve, and I know relying just on the the money I make in the cage is not enough. I have to grow this. So, and people have been asking me for years, like, you should get into this, you should get into this. And I was always hesitant, but I just decided to take the dive this year. I don't know why. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I bought all the camera, the microphone, all the stuff. I got it set up. And I didn't believe anyone would want to watch me because I'm not the most animated, but I was wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong.
What's been your favorite thing to do on stream?
Playing Arc Raiders. I really, really enjoy that game. I wish I had it, but I'm scared to bring my PlayStation, so I don't have it this week.
So you trained with Dom Reyes in this camp. What was it like being back-to-back on the card with him and now what was it like training with him and now being back-to-back on the card with him?
It's dope. We've always talked about it. Like, I like to be on a card with all my buddies. I've been on one with Neil. I've been on one with Drew. I've been on one with my buddy Austin. He's no longer in the UFC, but I think the only guys I haven't are Sandhagen and Gaethje and Dom. So I get to get that off my bucket list, and I feel like it's almost meant to be. I've known him now for 11 years, and we've always discussed it, and it just feels like the perfect time. Like, he's on a high rise. I'm bouncing back after this injury. It feels like a movie almost.
So you brought up Corey Sandhagen there. You and him are starting to develop one of the more wholesome relationships in the UFC. Even though training might be a little tough with the size difference, like, how much does he help you evolve as a fighter, and just what is it like having him around?
Oh, I watch him all the time. I watch him hitting pads. I watch him spar. I stole shake steps off of him. I watching him just doing it constantly and seeing all the advantages he gets from switching stances. I got the idea off of him. So just things like that, just being able to glean information. And he's very smart, especially with MMA, how he breaks it down. And we've had a few discussions on, like, stance switching and what punches to throw. I really enjoyed talking to him, not just about MMA, but talking to him about everything. But yeah, it definitely helps having a mind like his.
Curtis, one more right here. I know you labeled yourself, well, not labeled yourself, but you said you sometimes feel like maybe a gatekeeper has been put on you. There's obviously another heavyweight prospect out there that might be joining the UFC, and Gable Steveson. How do you think he's going to do in the UFC and a potential fight against him?
I think he's a lot better grappler than Hokit, but he doesn't have the reach, so I feel like that's going to be an issue. It hasn't been an issue yet, but I feel like you give him a longer guy who knows how to sprawl, that could be a problem. So I'd like to see him have to figure that out before he gets in the UFC. I don't want him to be overly rushed and then get exposed in the UFC.
He says that it might be imminent, an announcement of him joining. There's no timetable, but apparently he might be in town this week meeting with people.
Well, shit. Well, then I guess that means he believes he's ready. So who knows better than he does? If he believes it, then all power to him.
Just one last question real quick. If you had to say one nice thing about Josh, what would it be?
He has a nice beard.
Okay.
I'll give him that.
Thank you.